Wait, what do you picture right now? Is it chaos, noise, wild abandon? Or could it be something far more gentle? Let's find out. But the reality is something quieter, something far more gentle. It unfolds not with a bang, but with a slow, collective exhale. Imagine not a raucous party, but a wide, sun-drenched field, stretching out like a canvas under an open sky. Here, the loudest sounds are the murmur of conversation and the soft rustle of wind through tall grasses. It's a soundscape of peace, not performance. People walk together, their faces open and relaxed, their shoulders unburdened. There's a noticeable lack of pretense in the way they move, a simple comfort in their own skin. You see smiles exchanged between strangers, not of flirtation or appraisal, but of simple, shared understanding. A quiet acknowledgement that says, "I see you, and you are safe here." Banners held aloft do not shout slogans of rebellion, but whisper invitations. Respect, kindness, you are welcome here. These aren't just words. They are the foundational pillars of this community, the very air everyone breathes. The air feels light, as if a collective weight of judgment, of expectation, of societal armor was set down at the gate. This is a gathering many call a naturist festival, a space that is quiet, deliberate, and profoundly kind. It is defined not by extremes, but by the quiet, radical freedom of choice, the choice to simply be who. People have journeyed here from bustling towns and anonymous cities, leaving behind the relentless hum of daily life. They've traveled by train, by car, and by plane, each mile a deliberate step away from the concrete and the noise, and a step closer to this quiet patch of earth. They carry not just their tents and water bottles, but a shared, unspoken wish for something more authentic. They come from different countries, their accents a soft melody in the background hum. Some are young, bodies etched with energy, others older, their skin a map of a life fully lived. All arrive with a simple and profound desire to feel, perhaps for the first time, truly at home in their own bodies. You spend so much of your life trying to fit into a box. Here, there is no box. You just are. You do not sense chaos here, but a peaceful, intentional order. It's a community built in a matter of hours, yet it feels rooted, ancient. In the shade of canvas tents, people share tea and stories, their guards lowered with each passing moment. These connections are guided by values that whisper across the landscape. Respect each person. Consent is everything. They are not just words on a banner, but the very air you breathe here, a promise of safety and acceptance that allows everyone to finally, fully exhale. Behind this gathering lies a philosophy so simple it can feel radical. Naturism is not about removing clothes, but about shedding judgment and the shame that clings to our physical selves. A quiet rebellion against hiding, critiquing, or commodifying the body. It proposes a return to something elemental, to feel the sun without a second thought. Not exhibitionism, but gentle openness. A quiet confidence. I am here as I am, and that is enough. The festival becomes a living classroom, showing clothing as a social costume that assigns roles and expectations we can set aside. As the sun climbs higher, its first rays stretch across the quiet fields, painting the world in hues of gold and amber. This is a slow awakening, a gentle unfurling. The air is still cool, filled with the scent of damp earth and the promise of a new day. The day finds its gentle rhythm, not with a sudden jolt, but with a collective, quiet breath. On a small wooden stage, a morning practice unfolds. It's less like exercise, more like a dance with the dawn. A quiet voice guides fluid, unhurried movements, encouraging a connection not just with the body, but with the earth beneath. Bodies of many shapes and ages move together, each person's focus turned inward, finding their own space within the shared experience. Sound of a gentle, anonymized female voice. You're not performing for anyone. You're just being, moving how your body wants to move. It's incredibly freeing. This sense of freedom is woven into the very fabric of the festival, where art becomes a continuation of the landscape itself. Sculptures are shaped from fallen wood, tapestries hang like captured sunlight, and paintings trace the delicate play of light on skin. It is art born of this place, for this place. A quiet dialogue between human creativity and the natural world. The focus is on contemplation, not spectacle. Here, beauty appears in the smallest details, the careful knot in a rope, the dew on a leaf, stones placed patiently into a spiral. Each gesture is a small meditation, a slow dance to the rhythm of a lone hand drum. If you were to close your eyes here, the soundscape alone would tell a story of peace. The dominant sound is not music, but the warm, ambient hum of human presence. Soft conversation, the distant laughter of children, the gentle crunch of grass underfoot. Music exists here, used with a delicate touch. Ambient and instrumental, it complements the mood.
This has become my sanctuary, where I learned to accept the parts of me I once hid.
Interviews are presented with care, captions on, identities protected, because trust and consent are the heart of the community. Safety here feels like kindness in action, a temporary gentle village. Freedom here is not doing whatever you want. It is freedom from judgment, from comparison, from the low hum of being watched. Personal space here is defined by respect. The camera keeps a gentle distance. Wide frames emphasize the collective experience. Close-ups celebrate humble details that tell the story. Halfway through the day, a question appears. Stay! Coming up, a perspective shift. Pause, breathe, and consider. Maybe it recalls unself-conscious childhood joy, or highlights a constraint you hadn't named. We all wear invisible layers, fears, insecurities, learned behaviors. The question opens a door. At a gathering like this, even the act of looking changes. Outside, our gaze can judge, measure, or desire. Here, shared vulnerability softens the gaze. It becomes softer, more curious, less charged. Consent extends to observation. Photography is strictly regulated. Images, like bodies, belong to their owners. Without camouflage, human variety is beautifully clear. Grace in an elder's step, strength in scarred hands, a child's joyful sprint. Media ideals dissolve in reality's warmth. Your eye learns to see the person within. Every body has a story. Every person deserves dignity. That perspective is the souvenir you take home. As the day draws to a close, the light softens. Energy doesn't fizzle, it mellows. Orange, pink, purple, colors of a shared exhale. Closing comes as a simple ceremony. Hands meet, gratitude flows. Words of thanks for organizers, volunteers, and all who came. Music becomes even softer, like turning a page. Not sad, deeply peaceful. Temporary magic lingers as memory. Freedom can be small and personal. To be honest about who we are, to accept our bodies and extend grace to others. For a brief time, people trust completely. Night gathers, notes fade. If this glimpse sparked your curiosity, keep exploring.